Example 1e. Solve the quadratic equation 18x squared equals 12 plus 15x. All right, it's a quadratic equation because the degree is 2. Our first step is to get 0 on the right side. This means we need to move the 12 and the 15x to the left side. Let me rewrite our equation. X squared, and again I'm going to leave space because I'm moving things, so x squared equals 12 plus 15x. Let's move those two terms from the right to the left. That means we're going to subtract 12 from both sides, and we're going to subtract 15x from both sides. What's that give me on the left side? On the left side, that gives me 18x squared minus 15x minus 12 equals 0. Good, we now have a 0 on the right side. Our next step is to obtain a product on the left side. That means we want to factor this polynomial. Well, let's see. I observed that 18, 15, and 12 are all divisible by the number 3. So let me factor out a 3 from each of these terms. That gives me 3 times 6x squared minus 5x minus 4 equals 0. Can we factor this polynomial any farther? Because it's still a quadratic equation, so we still want to factor it down to linear factors. Well, note, using your box method, you could obtain that 6x squared minus 5x minus 4 factors is the following. 3x minus 4 times 2x plus 1. Our left side is a product. 3 times 3x minus 4 times 2x plus 1 equals 0. We can now apply the zero factor property, which says we set each factor equal to 0. That means 3 equals 0, or 3x minus 4 equals 0, or 2x plus 1 equals 0. 3, let's look at our first factor that we've set equal to 0. 3 cannot be 0. That's impossible. 3 is never 0. That means this here is disregarded. This doesn't factor into our solution at all. There's no x variable attached to 3. In fact, some people choose to simply divide both sides of our equation by 3 and get rid of it and not even worry about it. You can divide both sides by 3 and get rid of it, or you can simply know that 3 never equals 0, so we'll just disregard that factor. So instead, we'll focus on the other two factors. 3x minus 4 equals 0 and 2x plus 1 equals 0. Well, what will make 3x minus 4 equal to 0? Let's solve for x. Add 4 to both sides first. That gives us 3x equals 4. And then divide by 3 on both sides. That means x is 4/3. If you take 4/3 and substitute it into this quantity, you get 0. How about this? 2x plus 1 equals 0. So again, solving for x means we have to isolate the x, so we're going to subtract 1 first. That gives us 2x equals -1. And we divide both sides by 2. That tells us x equals -1/2 is another solution. If we were to take -1/2 and substitute it here, we'd get 0 for this factor. That means the solution to this quadratic equation consists of the two numbers, -1/2 and 4/3.